So now I'm gonna ask you, what are some goals that you have for the future? Like maybe you want to help more um kids, teens, and adults and help them find their voice and their way, or something like that?
Absolutely. I'll tell you, as I mentioned before, I work with all sorts of people, not only neurodivergent or with people on the spectrum, but I work with everyone. But to me, it's all about the individual. I kind of focus on the individual and I say, well, you are not exactly you're a person. You're not limited. You're not constrained by your so-called diagnosis that society has slapped on you. You're a person that has abilities, it has certain, let's say, limitations possibly, but let's explore the potential. Let's look at the ceiling, as I call it. Let's look up, right? And that's because a lot of times when people are diagnosed with certain conditions or they're labeled a certain way, whatever, they kind of focus on that and say, well, let me look into this. And there's so much information available today to say, oh, when you are neurodivergent, you're going to act like this, you're going to do this and this and this, you won't be able to do something else. And I say, well, as a person, do you feel that's true? Do you feel like we can explore what you're able to accomplish based on who you are, not based on some kind of a description we can find in an article? What about you? Like, tell me about yourself. Tell me about your abilities. Tell me about your experience. Tell me about things that you're dealing with. Let's look into you specifically. And so when I say about the tool, I look at it as more of a self exploration type of a tool where you can look into yourself and not be limited by some sort of limitations that are described by others, but let's create your own sort of assets and liabilities, your own pluses and minuses that you believe are true. And to me, those are more important. So I kind of focus on that, and I work with people in that direction, whatever their perceived diagnosis may be.
Yeah, it's good to figure out what it really is that you want to do and what people are really going through so that way you know how to help them. And it's good to know how to help others because not everyone in this is the same and people need some different ways to help themselves, which that is what you're trying to do, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And my goal now is to be able to help more people to like sort of broaden, expand my horizons and broaden the outreach, right? Because when you speak, kind of like what you're doing with your podcast, when all the things you're working on, right, or your books, everything you do, you try to help more than just one person. You kind of like speak to a larger audience, right? So I'm trying to do the same thing. We even came up with a piece of technology. We came up with an app where we try to connect people, those that need help, those that want to help others. So I think it's important to connect people with one another and really explore all the possibilities. Because the more people, the more information you have, the more you know about others and about yourself, the more you can do. Like nothing is impossible. It's all whatever we believe, whatever we're able to tap into.
That's right. You shouldn't let anything stop you from doing what you love best. You shouldn't let anyone put you down in the dumps or let anything else stop you. You're doing exactly what you're doing just fine. And if you're doing what you're doing just fine, then you should keep going, learn more about it, and grow your mind and improve your skills so you can get better and better. And it's also great that you're trying to talk to a larger audience, which is what I'm trying to do as well.
Right, right. And you're doing a good job at that because look at your growing audience. And I think, but that's so you're helping others, you're helping yourself in the process, I think, by kind of like fulfilling your own objective, fulfilling your own potential. But let me tell you, the difference you're making in the world is more than you sometimes know. People watch your materials. People find these things, find these words, find these instructions and motivations. It changes lives. It literally changes them. You may not even know because people that watch your stuff and read about it, maybe not someone that necessarily reaches out back to you, but it's all out there. It's all in the world making a difference. That to me is the true power of this mental health outreach. I think that's what should be growing. That should be expanding all day, like every day. Absolutely.
You're right. I definitely agree that getting your words out and speaking to a larger audience should be around every day. The world could use more stuff like that. People could use more people who try to explain their everyday lives to others or their everyday careers to others so people will know what people are going through in life, especially with their own careers and some struggles they've been through in their lives. And
Yep,
it's a very true statement in general. Don't you agree?
absolutely, 100%. And I'm telling you, so it's like when when people watch your podcast, for example, when people read your books, so people see anything you create, they may have a certain perception about people that are neurodivergent and people that are experience certain symptoms and certain go through certain things. And then they see suddenly they change, they get more educated about certain conditions. I think it goes a long way towards first of all, eliminating the stigma of certain things, but more importantly, it gets towards educating people. It creates a better environment for people that are, in fact, on spectrum, people that are, in fact, in neurodivergent, because we need information. We need people to know exactly what's going on. Alexa would, and there are, again, to know that there are no limitation, like, and it's just basically all a matter of potential and exploring it. But part of it is for me to understand that people should really all get along and just kind of like accept each other for how you are, who you are, and just live together, work together. Because along with your certain limitations comes, along with that comes so much potential, comes so many tools and so many positive aspects of it that people don't even know about it. That's amazing to me. So it's all information and knowledge, and the more people know about it, the more people have that knowledge, the better it is.
That's right. It's good to have people who know exactly what you're going through in life and who knows what you can do to help each other because it's good to have people by your side who are there for you and can always help you out during tough times. In fact, I also have some friends who are also neurodivergent like me, and we go through some of the same life experiences and we can relate a lot to some of the stuff we go through. And I think it's very interesting to have people in lives who know that they are there for you whenever you need them.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And we need to educate everyone else, and anyone that may hear about it, may read about it, but doesn't really know, don't really have experience directly. Hey, let's educate everyone out there, right? The more people are knowledgeable about it, the better world we have, right? It's all to me, all issues in the world, all problems come from not knowing or not having enough information and just making decisions or making, assumptions and so on and so forth based on very limited wrong information. That to me would fix so many problems in the world. Having better information, learning more all the time, constantly expanding. That's like a dream world to me.
Yeah, I'm glad it is. And honestly, it definitely sounds like a dream world to you as well. Just like how everyone else has their own dream world that they just love doing things that they're good at and have people who know that they're there for them. And and that's just a dream world in general, honestly.
I know. And that's something, every day we can make it a little bit closer to reality, one little bit at a time. That's what you're working on. That's what I'm working on, right?
Yeah, that's 100% right. We're both trying to speak our dream worlds into existence and
Yep,
bring them to life.
yep,
We shouldn't just keep them inside. We got to do something, speak it into existence.
yep.
Don't
So,
wish it. It will happen.
yep, I agree, 100%.
So, without further ado, it was very nice getting to talk to you about your life as a, a counselor for neurodivergent kids, teens, and adults, and knowing what can help them through tough times, and knowing that there are techniques and ways that you can help them. And it's also great getting to know that there are people in their lives who are there for them as well.
Yes, absolutely. And it's been really great, really great talking to you. Really, really appreciate it. To me, it's such an eye-opening experience. I mean, I follow and I read and listen to all the stuff that you've created, and it's so impressive and it's so educational for everyone.
You know what? Yeah, I agree. That's what I really want my stuff to do for others. I want them to be inspired. I want people to be motivated. I want people to learn. And I bet that's what you're trying to do as well.
Totally. Jacob, I have a question. Do you seek out other people that need help? In other words, do you work on kind of like reaching out to other children or adults or teenagers or anybody with neurodivergent um, conditions, or how does that work? Do you kind of look out to join or to meet up with other organizations? What's your process typically?
Well, my process is having nice conversations about their personal lives, talking about some things we've both been through in their lives that we can relate to,
Okay.
and it's just great in general, honestly.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. And I know, like I said, I know a lot of other adults, kids, anyone in between that are probably would benefit from connecting with someone like you, knowing more about you and being exposed to this motivational stuff. I think that's really, really good for them and for everyone around them, including families and people they work with. But yeah, I truly applaud you and I agree with you 100%.
All right, thank you very much, Mike.